Can y'all hear me? Do I need the microphone? Perfect, perfect. My name is Rudy Garza. I introduced myself earlier. I'm the president and CEO of IAEI, the Independent Alliance in the Electrical Industry. We were previously the International Association of Electrical Inspectors. We rebranded at the beginning of this year to be more inclusive of our entire membership. We are actually only about 30% electrical inspectors today. So we represent a broad range of electrical professionals, everything from nerdles, which y'all are familiar with, to installers, electricians, contractors, even manufacturers. So we have a very diverse membership. We like to call ourselves the keystone of the electrical industry because we bring everyone together and we hold them together and hold them accountable. I wanted to come today to make a presentation on a brand new program. It's a joint program. It's a partnership between ICC and IAEI, and it's called Electricity. It's just an extension of some of the already outstanding programs that we've been able to put together, including our joint certification program for E1, E2, and E3. We also, you may or may not be aware of this, but all of IAEI publications now have the ICC logo on the front of them. So they are co-branded publications. So we have about 12 co-branded publications that we're putting out now. So this is just another program that we're adding to the partnership that we established with ICC 3 years ago. So what is Electricity? Well, Electricity is a new program that recognizes communities for their commitment to electrical safety, and it also prepares their employees to take the E1, E2, and E3 certification exams. So, I want to step back just a little bit. So what were the initial goals of our partnership? We started these conversations almost 3 years ago, Dominic, me, you, and Mark. And, really there were two broad goals of the partnership between IAEI and ICC. One was to give ICC a footprint in the electrical safety and inspection space. And we were able to do that by partnering with ICC. The other, on our behalf, was to reestablish our brand with code and building officials. There was a time in history in the early 2000s where most code officials, most building officials across the United States knew who IAEI was. And they were very involved with IAEI, particularly on the inspection side of their department. Well, when the Great Recession hit, we know what happened. A lot of specialized inspectors and inspectors in general were laid off because there was no construction going on. And when that happened, our numbers at IAEI literally dropped almost by 40% because their IAEI dues were being paid for by the municipalities. So that really impacted us. And so we kind of lost our brand awareness with code officials over that time. And so what we wanted to do with our partnership with ICC is to reestablish our brand with code officials across the United States. I can tell you the honest to God truth, and I say this at our meetings and it stuns some of our members, is I could walk into 10 code official offices across the United States in any given city, and 9 of them would not know who IAEI was. That's not the same. We would talk about 25 years ago, I would say half of them would know who IAEI was. So by partnering with ICC, the ICC brand in itself is a very well-known, strong brand amongst code officials. So that was a great benefit to IAEI. So let me get back to the Electricity program. So we know that we're both, IAEI and ICC are both committed to supporting building safety industry and electrical safety professionals with membership training and certification needs. The Electricity program helps ensure that electrical installations meet the safety standards, reducing the risk of electrical hazards, contributing to the overall safety of the community and its citizens. And additionally, I mentioned this earlier, the ICC-IAEI Electrical Inspector Joint Certification Program provides a widely recognized credential that's recognized not just in the United States, but internationally. So what has happened since the Great Recession? What I'm going to tell you, I can guarantee you, I'm going to get a lot of nodding of yes. What happened is after the Great Recession, when construction started to pick back up, a lot of those specialized inspector fields were not backfilled with specialized inspectors. what has happened, particularly very much so here in California, is now the inspection world has gone to the combination inspector, the multi-hat inspector, who may not be well-versed and well-trained in the most critical of life safety inspections, which is the electrical inspection. So what the Electricity program does with ICC and IAEI is we are recruiting cities to become members of our program. We are approaching cities and say, if you are willing, as a building official, to pay the dues for your inspectors or plans examiners or code enforcement officials to become members of IAEI, we will come to your city and do a live, in-person, basic residential electrical inspection training for all of your staff. And so that's where the program is at this point. And I am going to show you the video, a quick video. Is it going to queue up? Let's see. I'm going to show you a quick video, and Jose's going to be very disappointed if it doesn't show, because we've been showing this video all across the country. So the very first city that we approached, and we approached Jose, and at the time Shirley was with the city of Austin. We approached them, we said, hey, we got this new program called Electricity, and it was just a concept at that time. I didn't even have any collateral material, I didn't have anything to show them, I just kind of explained it to them. And Jose said, sure, we're happy to participate in that, let's get it going. And finally, this July, we went to the city of Austin, and we actually did the inspection training with his staff. Now, before we came, we were told there would be about 40 people in attendance, and we thought, great, we're gonna get 40 people there, new members, this is gonna be an outstanding event. But what ended up happening is their code enforcement department heard about it, and they sent another 27 people. So when we showed up to do the training in the city of Austin, there were actually 67 people ready to receive the training. What that meant for us is they were, for IAEI, is that the city of Austin committed to paying their IAEI dues, and they became IAEI members and could take advantage of all the benefits that go along with being a member of IAEI. Maybe I need to push it.
Right.
Oh, there it goes. It's working. Okay.
I am the director for the Development Services Department in the City of Austin. I've been fortunate enough to actually serve the community of the City of Austin since 2007, 17 years ago. And I've been serving as a building inspector, promoted to the ranks as a building official. I actually served as a director for the Austin Code Department before becoming the director for Development Services last year. So I also serve as a director at large within the National Code Council. I've been holding this position since September of 2022. And what I love about that one is that we've been part of this shaping the safety codes and educating others about the passion that we have of safety and being a proud member of the ICC since I became an inspector in 2007. In 2024, our community has been transformed. Austin has about 1 million people living within the city, surrounded by one of the largest growing large metro areas in the country. There are now 9 buildings taller than the Frost building, plus a 74-story tower that is under construction that will be the tallest building in Austin at more than 1,000 feet tall when completed. Today, we have nearly 500,000 housing units in Austin, and our city leadership is focused on expanding affordable housing options and supporting our community. Now, again, innovation is also impacting how these buildings are designed and inspected. We are even getting in the front row seat of 3D printing in the homes. As the stewards of the development process in Austin, we ensure that this ever-changing built environment is safe and sustainable to support our growing city. And we take that responsibility very, very seriously, and it's why we invest in new technologies, we invest in programs and ways of doing things so we can continually improve the development process. You see, all this growth requires our building inspections team to respond to ever-changing conditions, and participating in the Electricity program will help us keep our community safe. As inspectors, we must be prepared for the newest practices and innovations and ensure we can inspect them safely. Electrical inspections are an important part of the building safety. Therefore, I want to ensure my team has the best training possible. And I was excited about the IAEI Electricity program have to offer. Training and resources are important for the inspection team. By enhancing their skills in electrical inspections, we empower them to excel in their roles. Also providing them with industry resources keeps them well informed and on top of the latest in their field. Our community benefits from knowing that the buildings are inspected by our team of knowledgeable, qualified, and certified professionals. And this also ensures that everyone can feel confident and secure about the safety of their spaces, knowing they meet the highest standards. So the training that we had was an amazing training with a very knowledgeable teacher, and we enjoy the training that we have today. As a leader in your community, I hope you will join the City of Austin as part of the Electricity program. Your inspectors will benefit from high quality and flexible training, and your community will be safer. Together, we can raise the bar for electrical safety in all our communities.
We thought it was critically important that we get a testimony from one of you. It's very easy for me to come here and it's going to sound like a sales pitch, but when you hear it from someone who does the same job as you, it has much more impact. And Jose did an outstanding job. I really appreciate you doing that video for us. So what happens is once the city pays the dues to the IAEI members, they become a member of IAEI. They will then be assigned to one of our local chapters, and they can take advantage of the year-round services that we offer, including our education, our publications, our magazine, going to meetings. The networking is amazing. We have 2 members of our organization sitting on every single code panel of the NEC, so they actually will get to interact with those individuals who actually write the National Electrical Code. We had the official launch of the program at the 2024 Vote Conference, and Rick Blunson was there representing ICC and really just validating that this was a partnership with ICC and IAEI. After that conference, just right after that, we had 10 cities from the DFW area who contacted me about becoming an electric city. We were overwhelmed. We had no idea that many people would jump on board, and we're trying to coordinate those 10 cities because we have to aggregate at least 25 people in a room before we're going to pay for our instructor to fly in and do the instruction. But we're willing to take smaller cities and put them together in a centralized location where we can get 25 people. So we also had 7 cities outside of DFW that want to become electric cities. Ironically, the Dallas International Airport had their building official. We know that large international airports are just little cities, right? They even produce their own energy. And they contacted us. They wanted to become an electric city. We actually did a training there 2 weeks ago and signed up 39 of their employees as members of IAEI. We also had 22 more cities just from social media, with ICC promoting the program and ourselves promoting the program through social media, all the way from Honolulu, Hawaii, to Marietta, Georgia, from Anchorage, Alaska, all the way down to Orlando, who want to be involved and get involved with the program. And I went to we have regional conferences throughout the year. We have 4 states that have contacted us that want to become electric states. They want to sign up all of their state inspectors and join the program. So we know there's tremendous interest out there in the program. So we want to talk about how can we continue this program in the future. One of the things with IAEI is we have limited resources, so that's been a great benefit to partner with ICC because we're able to collaborate on a lot of things. We only have a staff of 8 people in our office, the international office. And at its full capacity, if we were really to ramp up this program, we would probably need 2 more full-time people to help manage the program. So what we need from ICC going forward is we need some continued support from your GR representatives out there in the regions to help us promote the program and show up and let people know that this is a legitimate program, that ICC is truly part of the program. We also need continued financial support. The ICC is committed at this point to pay for the travel for our underwriter laboratory instructor to come in and do the instructions, so we need that. And one of the most critical things is we need you. We need you sitting around this table to go out and talk about this program and sign up your communities to be part of the program. Again, you cannot name another inspection that is more critical to life safety than electrical inspection. And when I ask this question, I always get hands raised. There's many people in this room who have had their electrical inspector retire, or electrical inspectors retire, and they have to call in the plumbing inspector and say, guess what? You're gonna start doing electrical inspections next month with very little training on electrical inspection. So here's our QR code. If you want to click on that, hold up your phone, click on it. It's going to take you to the website where you can find all the information about joining the program and following through. Are there any questions at all about, I'm willing to take any questions. Are there any questions about the partnership with ICC, or are there any questions about the program?
Thank you for the presentation today. I just want to make a comment. I sent a bunch of my own staff to the regional meeting in the Northwest. They all came back with kind of raving reviews on the training and the instructors that were present there. And there's some pretty technical classes they were doing on solar field inspections, plan review. It's outstanding feedback they got from them. So I appreciate the partnership. It's beneficial to us all.
Thank you, Jack.
American Savage.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, Rudy. So I think most of us sitting around the table, we've heard updates throughout the last couple of years about our collaboration with IAEI. And I'm proud IAEI member since 1995. I've been a member of that organization for quite a while. Why do you think the partnership between ICC and IAEI has worked so well, and how that's worked together to get things accomplished, such as the electricity program?
Well, you said it right there. You mentioned it in your question.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things is we are focused on getting things done, and that's what Mark and Dominic have really focused on. The goals and objectives of this partnership is to get things done while focusing on safety, right? The other thing, and it's kind of a philosophical thing, is I said this at the NEMA meeting. I went to the NEMA board meeting last year and we were talking about partnerships. And they asked me, Rudy, what do you think, how do you think that a partnership is successful? And my comment was this: you have to put egos aside. You have to be humble as the CEO or VP or whatever to make a partnership work. You cannot be concerned about who gets credit. Once you start worrying about who gets credit, you get diverted. And I think that's something that Mark and Dominic and I have been very, very good at, Mike, is that we've been focused on the goals and objectives and mission and not worried about who gets credit. And I think that's gone a long way, and I don't know if Dominic would agree and Mark would agree.
Okay, as a follow-on to that, Mr. President. So, as a former IO board member myself, I would be remiss if I didn't have to mention that it was great to see collaboration as it was taking effect, as ICC was beginning to do more of the publication work for IAEI. As a matter of fact, I think with my own jurisdiction, how we bought a lot of publications to help clear out the IAEI warehouse, just so we could continue that collaboration between the two. So it's been, from my aspect as a member of both organizations, it's been fun to watch, and it's been especially rewarding as a board member and a building official for a jurisdiction to take advantage of both sides and publications and both sides. So thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Are there any other questions? Secretary Treasurer Post.
Thank you, Mr. President. Great program, but I do know that there's some challenges with this. There are some states that require certifications of electrical inspectors, and those requirements require you to have an electrical inspector background. And I don't know if the IAEI is willing to work with states to help to get those changed to develop, so we can't have this combination of inspectors. So I don't know if that's something that you would do.
We're absolutely willing to look into that, Mike, and see what we can figure out. We do work with all the states across the country to try to get our program certified. It's very difficult because the rules are different. There's no uniform rules, as you know. Ironically, we have states that are still on the 2007 NEC, right? So that's how diverse things are. So it's hard to coordinate, but we do our very best. We'll do our very best to look into that.
Any other questions?
Before I step down, if I may, Mr. Chairman, Dominic, could you come up here? Our board has a small gift of appreciation we'd like to give to you upon your retirement. If I can call up my chairman and vice chairman.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Really appreciate the opportunity to be here this morning. I'm Daniel Langlois. I'm the IAEI International Chairman of the Board, and I'm joined by my colleague David Humphrey, who's our Vice Chairman. And before Dominic retires and trades in his regular work day to 4 Saturdays and 3 Sundays, lucky dog, we wanted to recognize him and thank him for his leadership, his commitment to the IAEI, our partnership. Greatly appreciate the partnership, our friendship. We look forward to continuing that. We wish you all the very best, health, prosperity, adventure. Enjoy it all. Thank you so much. I very appreciate it. Oh, okay. We'd like you to read it out.
Oh, I didn't bring my glasses. I can see my name, but that's not it. Yeah, glasses.
This is presented to Dominic Sims, CEO, ICC, with sincerest gratitude for your leadership and support of ICC and the IAEI partnership. Enjoy every minute of your retirement.